In ancient India, there lived a young woman named Kisa Gotami. She was known in her village for her kindness and beauty. Though she had endured a hard life, things finally took a turn for the better when she fell in love, married, and soon after gave birth to a son. This son brought immense joy and purpose to her life. He was the light of her existence, and she poured all her love and care into raising him. Life was, for a time, blissful and complete. But as fate would have it, tragedy struck. When her son was just a young child, he fell ill suddenly, and despite her best efforts to nurse him back to health, passed away. Kisa Gotami was devastated as her world seemed to shatter around her. Her beloved child, the very center of her life, was gone. Refusing to accept his death, she clutched her child's lifeless body, unable to let go. Driven by grief and desperation, Kisa Gotami ran from house to house, begging her neighbors for medicine that could bring her child back to life. The villagers pitied her, but had no answers for her. How could they tell her that death was permanent, that no medicine could bring back the dead? Some villagers gently suggested that she seek out Buddha, who was known for his wisdom and compassion. Only he can help you, Kisa Gotami, they told her with sorrow in their eyes. Holding on to that glimmer of hope, Kisa Gotami traveled to meet Buddha. She approached him with her child in her arms, pleading for a miracle to bring her son back. Buddha listened to her story with deep compassion, understanding the depths of her pain. He paused for a moment, and then, in a gentle voice, said, "Kisa Gotami, I can help you, but first, you must bring me a mustard seed." Her heart leaped with hope. A mustard seed was easy to find. But Buddha continued, "The mustard seed must come from a household that has not been touched by death." Without hesitation, Kisa Gotami set out to fulfill Buddha's request. She went to the first house she could find and asked for a mustard seed, explaining that it must come from a family untouched by death. The family was moved by her story, but they told her, "We have lost loved ones too. We cannot give you what you seek." Undeterred, she moved on to the next house, then the next, and then another. In each place, she received similar answers. Every family had suffered the loss of someone dear to them, a parent, a child, a grandparent, a sibling. As the sun began to set, Kisa Gotami's hope waned, and her heart grew heavy. She realized, slowly but profoundly, that death was an experience shared by all living beings. Grief was not hers alone to bear. It was a burden carried by everyone she met. As night fell, she returned to Buddha with empty hands, but a newfound understanding. She placed her child's body before him and knelt down, tears flowing freely. "I understand now," she whispered. "Death is a part of life. No family is untouched by it." Buddha gently explained, "Yes, Kisa Gotami, death is part of the natural cycle. Just as there is birth, there must also be death. The wise do not grieve for that which is inevitable, for in understanding this truth, we find peace." Kisa Gotami listened to Buddha's words, letting them fill the emptiness inside her heart. She had spent so long fighting against reality, but now she felt a calm acceptance settle within her. She buried her child's body and, in time, decided to follow Buddha's teachings, finding solace in understanding life's impermanence and letting go of her suffering.